Can I tell you something that I have noticed after coaching hundreds of women in the last 6 years? The women in the happiest and the most amazing relationship on a long term aren't the ones who are the prettiest, luckiest, are the ones who tries really, really hardest for the relationship. But they have one thing in common. The most successful women in relationships have the emotional security. And emotional security is not about finding the right person. Emotional security is you becoming the woman who no longer abandons herself for a man, for love, or in love. Because this is the major thing I have experienced. I've seen most of my clients experience the moment they enter the relationship, the moment they get the relationship, they start abandoning themselves, they start shrinking, hiding, and they stop being the authentic versions. And that's what majorly sabotages the relationship. So today in this video, I'm sharing 5 things emotionally secure women never does, no matter how bad or how hard the situation gets. Okay, so here is something that we all have been taught when it comes to love. So if you really love someone, or at least this is what I have heard from my parents, from my family, from every single person in this world about love. So this is one kind of an advice that every single person gives a woman in love. Okay. So they say that if you really love someone, you gotta wait for them, keep waiting. You gotta prove yourself. Um, you gotta convince them. You gotta over explain yourself, and that you should be keep doing all of this over and over again till the person chooses you or till the person loves you. Now here's the thing, that emotionally secure women that we're all talking about, who has a successful relationships, who are really having a hold in the relationship, they know how to lead the relationship, they have the best of the best love, they do something completely opposite, and they know something very different from what we all have been taught. They know that you should never lose yourself in the relationship, and love should never cost you your self respect. See, waiting is okay, trying to convince is okay, explaining is okay, but when it is not okay is when you start losing yourself and you lose your self respect, but you still do it because you love that person. That's not okay. So let's talk about that 5 things emotionally secure women don't chase. And this is going to be mind blowing. So I want you to take notes. I want you to write down in your notes what are these 5 things that we are discussing today, because this will help you to come back, remember this point, and not do this if ever you want to do all of these things. Because remember, an emotionally secure woman knows that love does not come at a cost of sacrificing yourself. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that they never do is they don't chase validation. And this is something that I want all of you to take it in your head, because we all have been so programmed to look for validation, look for approval, that am I doing this right? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Can I do this? I said this. Is it something wrong I have said? And we keep questioning ourselves. We keep constantly asking, do they like me? What if they lose interest? Did I say something wrong? But that those questions are not at all the right ones. Here is the right question. As a emotionally secure woman, you need to start asking those questions that mention wrong. Now look at this question that I'm actually telling you. Am I being the most authentic version of me while I'm actually being with this person? If you are being your most authentic version, then that is the version you're going to continue to be. And this changes your entire relationship game forever, because you're no longer performing for someone to choose you, someone to validate you. You're moving away from that validation and you're giving that internal validation to yourself. You're building that within yourself, that I like who I am becoming. I am being my most authentic self. I love the way that I am with this person, which means this is right. Yes. So the confidence that you build from within always and always outperforms the confidence that comes from somebody's validation and somebody's words. So the moment you realize this, that I am building this validation within myself through me, not through anybody else, you always win in love and in relationship. Now, what is the second sign? I have all of the signs simply written in my notes just so I don't forget them as I'm going with the flow. The second sign is they don't chase mixed signals or confusion. We could call it mixed signals are nothing but confusion. And this is one of the biggest cause of anxiety, panic attacks in women who are in a relationship or who are getting into a relationship or who have been in a relationship. And eventually, what this actually means is that the women being in that confusion, they start trying to decode every single behavior of the man they are with or the man that they are probably dating. And they start thinking that, what did he mean? He said this. Does it mean this? Does it mean that? And they think, okay, he acted in this specific way. He has never acted in this way to me. Why did that happen? Yesterday he was so close and today he's so distant. What is really happening here? And what happens is that you get lost in this confusion, and confusion can never create healthy love because there's no clarity. But here, emotionally secure women will not romanticize confusion. If there is confusion, your nervous system can never really feel safe. You will always be in that flight or fight response. So look for clarity in relationship with a man. Do not chase confusion. If there is confusion, take a step back, relax, come back to your own energy. Don't worry about whether this is going to turn into a good relationship or not. Don't try to decode every single thing. Just go with the flow. While you put yourself on a pedestal, you choose yourself beyond the man and the relationship, right? Because your nervous system will only feel safe when there is consistency. If there is no consistency, please do yourself a favor, remove yourself from that confusion. Okay. Now, the third sign. Before I go to the third sign, I want to pause here. Okay. And if you have been chasing that confusion, please don't be hard on yourself. Many of us learn through experiences. So give yourself the time. Don't beat yourself up, but remind yourself every time you get into the confusion, please don't stay in the confusion. Come out of this confusion. Remind yourself to not romanticize confusion. Okay. So the third one, what is the third thing? They don't chase closer. And this is the one that surprises most people, because we all think closure comes from that last conversation, that last communication, that last text, that last apology, or the last call that says, I'm sorry, I could not do this. I will probably, we'll just finish this chapter here. And we keep waiting for that closure to happen. Like, at least to everyone that I have worked with, they're always told that, oh, I'm just looking for a closure and I want that closure to come from the other person. And this is the biggest mistake emotionally secure women will never make. They give the closure to themselves first. They move forward regardless of what is happening in the external world. They take the decision, they lead with their decision because they've already prepared their mind that the closure is here. The closure is the closure that you give it to yourself. If you're not giving it, the other person is not going to give you. So create that closure for yourself. Closure comes from internal decision, it doesn't come from the external event. Okay. So sometimes the most healing statement that will give you the closure is, I don't need another explanation to move forward. And remember this every time you're stuck in that I need a closure moment. And what is the fourth sign? They don't chase potential. Emotionally secure women are not here planning their future, dream wedding, dream relationship, dream marriage with the future version of the man they are with. If you are getting into a relationship, it has to always be with the present version of the man. And You have to make the decision of whether or not you want a person based on where that person is standing right now, right at this moment. And if you just simply enter with the potential of him becoming the greatest person, you might end up in disappointment. If at all it happens, great, good for you. But if it doesn't, you will always regret that decision. So do not make any conclusions, any judgments from the future version of the person you have in mind. Now, here's a question I always ask all of my clients that will give them the clarity they're looking for in such a situation, while they know there is potential with this person, but they're not sure how to go about it. So, if nothing about this person changed, would you still choose this relationship? Think about this. If nothing about this person changed, would you still choose this relationship? If the answer is no, that's your answer. Because love doesn't come from looking at the potential, love comes from what you see, what you feel. So, if the feeling is no for whoever that person is right now, the answer is no, take it. Okay. And the last sign, emotionally secure women, they don't chase people who do not choose them. And this is where most of us are wasting our energy. We run behind people, we chase people, we pursue people who do not even want to be with us, who do not chase us. I mean, who do not choose us, not chase. And we tend to chase them more and more and more. It's more like the opposite attracts each other. If we see the person is all about themselves, we want to somehow get their attention, we want to somehow get their energy, and we start running behind this person. And this is where emotional security truly shows up in your relationship, because secure women aren't begging, chasing, over explaining. They are not trying to convince themselves of their worth. And they don't shrink themselves to fit into somebody's life, thinking that, okay, if I become this person, then finally the other person will actually see my worth. Because they understand this one thing: you should never ever audition for a place in someone's life. Think about that. How mind blowing it is, because we naturally have the habit of trying to put ourselves in some place in someone's life. Like, we want to have the first place, second place, third place, and we keep performing for it. We want the person to choose us, and so we would do anything and everything for that, to prove that we are worthy of it. But the real love, a healthy love, the healthy man, an amazing partner who's right for you, will not put you in a position to audition. And you don't need to audition for your place in your right man's or right person's life. Okay. So we've come to the end of this video. And if you remember only one thing from this video, this is what I want you to remember: emotionally secure women don't experience less disappointment. Just because you become emotionally secure doesn't mean all your disappointments will disappear. Nine. No. It just simply means they stop abandoning themselves every time disappointment happens. See, at times you will, of course, see a man who might disappoint you. You might get into a relationship, later discover that that relationship is not yours, or it's not meant to be yours, and that it's not the right one for you. And an emotionally secure woman, at that point of the time, she will not let herself down. Rather, she will choose what's best for her. She will see what is really good for her. She never abandons her. She'll still be there for her. And that's what makes an emotionally secure woman win in relationships. Okay. So that's what eventually creates a peace for all of us over here. When we choose what we want and we do not abandon ourselves when life gets hard. Okay, so here is a very quick activity that I want you to do with me right now. Pause this video, or maybe just do it along with the video. So take out a journal, your journal, and I want you to divide the page into two halves. And in one side of the column, I want you to write about what am I currently chasing. This can be validation, constant replies, approval, closure, potential, whatever it is. And on the column to the right side of it, I want to write about what do I actually need. That is peace, self-respect, safety, clarity, trust, all of these. And when you're writing this, you might actually discover that what you're chasing for is not exactly what your heart desires in a relationship. So if it is not, it's your sign to let go of it and focus on what you truly desire. Okay. So with that being said, I have few affirmations so that you all can start practicing emotional safety, start practicing that emotional embodiment of security, so you become the woman who naturally are emotionally safe and secure. Okay, so the first affirmation is, I choose peace over chasing. I trust my own worth. I release what is not choosing me. I deserve consistency. I am emotionally secure. I no longer abandon myself for love. I choose myself every single day. The right love meets me with clarity and respect. So start using these affirmations, maybe write it once or read them twice or thrice in a day to fully put yourself in that mode of I'm choosing myself. And I hope you like this video. If you resonated with this video, make sure to like this video and also share this with your best friends. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I bring you a lot of these insightful videos every week on Tuesdays and Fridays. So thank you so much, and do let me know in the comments as to which one are you going to stop doing in order for you to become that emotionally secure woman. See you soon. Bye bye.